has them ranked 13th in the country, but Broken Arrow is not going to let that intimidate them. They're coming to play tonight.
Well, they better not let it intimidate. It sounds impressive. They've got great stats. And you know what I think back to about a month ago, Jenks had an eye-opener game down in Muskogee. We did that. And I was really impressed with how Muskogee responded and how they played. They didn't have the size. They didn't have some of the talent that, you know, the team like this has. And I think Broken Arrow's got to look at the same thing. They got to go back and look at that game and say, we can do it. You know, we've got good players. And we've got, we've got talent in certain positions. You just got to play well, not make mistakes.
And in a lot of ways, the Broken Arrow Tigers kind of resemble Muskogee. They have a lot of skill in certain areas, and now they're going to get the Jenks Trojans on a night without Josh Fiddler, which is, by all practical purposes, one of the best players in the state of Oklahoma. We'll see how they respond. Jenks is going to be receiving the kick first, and it is going to be Broken Arrow getting set to do the kicking. Nathan Burke will set. He's at the 40, and he will be kicking from left to right. Broken Arrow in the whites, and we are underway. Burke kicks the ball deep, and it goes down, works its way into the end zone, and it will be an automatic touchback. And so the ball out to the 20-yard line, Steve, where the offense for Jenks gets to start things off, and it will be a little bit new-look offense, if you will. You're still going to have some of the same old players with Tim Ruby running the offense, which is awfully powerful, but there you see the defense. Let's just run down the starting lineup offensively. Rocky Kalmus will be starting at tailback, and DeAndre Blackwell will be starting in the fullback spot, so we'll see how they go. They split out to the right and left as we get set with Ruby under center. A 4-3 defense, man in motion. They turn, hand the ball right off to Kalmus up the middle, and he's going to be hit, and it's not going to be much, Steve, and that's a good sign for Broken Arrow. They go right at it, and a pickup of maybe a long one on the carry.
Well, Broken Arrow's got to stop the run. We talked about that, and what they're going to probably do is tighten up. They're going to bring a lot of guys up close within the line of scrimmage in the box, basically put 8 guys up there. You can see they're going to have 3 defensive backs, and they're going to just challenge Jenks to beat us throwing the ball.
Here we go, second down and 9 yards to go now. Single back is Kalmus in the backfield. Ruby under center, takes it's going to drop back to pass, looks to the right side, and overthrows his intended receiver, who takes a good lick right there on the outside. And the intended receiver there for Jenks looked like Brett Butler on the outside, took a big hit as the ball was overthrown.
Well, one of the things that, you know, by shutting them down the first play, Jenks has to go to the pass, and there's the lineup. And Tim Ruby, Kalmus, Blackwell, Johnston, Butler, and Stair. And Ruby has got a big task ahead of him. He's got to be able to complete those passes when called upon.
Couple split outs to the left side now as Ruby's under center. And he drops back. It's going to be the fake to the tailback. Throws over the middle. Has a man. Again, the pass intended to Butler and right through the hands of Butler. And, well, that's the first test passed by the Broken Arrow defense as they send Jenks 3 and out.
And Ruby got the ball there. Just receiver couldn't come up with it. There's the offensive line for Jenks that has got to do the job and create some holes. Lohr, Irvin, Calvert, Elliott, and Mahan, and they've got some good linemen both offensively and defensively.
And back is going to be Kevin Tolles at his 45, and back to punt again. We've got new kickers out there. We'll tell you this in just a minute as the punt is going to be a wobbler, hits at the 45, and we'll take a Jenks bounce inside the down close and dead at the 40-yard line. So a decent punt for Jenks, and the fact remains the kick by Jenks is going to be, I've got it written down here, it's a freshman, in fact, that was given to us, and it is Zach Tennyson. Let's take a look at the backs and receivers for the Broken Arrow Tigers. Jeremy Tolles, the quarterback. Matt Cantrell, Brezhnehan, the tailback tonight, his second straight game, along with Sukowski, Tolles, and Truck. They hand the ball right up the middle, and there's not going to be any pickup at all, maybe a gain of 1, as the handoff quickly goes inside. Gain of 1 brings up second down and 9.
Well, one of the things we're going to see a lot of from Broken Arrow is to run that option. That time they give the ball to the fullback. That's the first option of it. Tolles can keep it, and then he can pitch it to the outside guy, the offensive line, quickly for Broken Arrow.
They turn, hand the ball again to Cantrell, the left side, and he's going to get down to the 45 and pick up a 4. So third down and 5. So Broken Arrow trying to do that power offense, which is something that the kind of goes right into the heart of the Jenks defense.
Well, that's where you think the strength of that defense is. And right here we're going to look at that Jenks Trojan defense. Kalmus, the linebacker. He's a leading tackler on the defense, and you got Reed at the other linebacker, O'Malley, and the rest of that line.
3rd down and 5. Now rolling to the left. It's going to be Tolles. Has a man. A complete outside. It goes to Sikoski. And that's going to be a 1st down as he picks up about 12 on the play. So that's the way to start things off, and rolling out that time. And we've seen as we get the Jenks backs, Tyler Bogan, Matt McCoy, Chad Bland, and Brett Butler on the defensive backfield for Jenks. We've seen Tolles at his best when he rolls out. He's not a drop back passer. 1st down and 10. Back to pass. They throw it outside to Cantrell. It's completed, but he's going to be brought down for a loss back about the 47-yard line of Jenks. So that's one of those slow developing plays that you're not going to get off on a big, fast end.
Well, that's a flare pass to your back out in the flat there, and really that play should come after you've been throwing the ball a lot and you're getting a lot of heat on your quarterback, and they just drop back, suck the rush in, and flip it to the receiver out there. Well, they haven't thrown the ball hardly at all, so really wasn't timing on that play. Didn't seem like it was best.
Well, Broken Arrow's going with a no huddle. They hand the ball off again. This time it goes to Cantrell, and he's going to lose another yard. So tough break that time in the middle of the Jenks defense with Wisney and Lohr really putting the pressure on that Broken Arrow offensive front.
And you watch down and long. Kalmus, the linebacker, got up a little slow on that play after making the tackle.
3rd down and about 16. 3 split outs to the right side. You get a look there as Toll directs traffic. Bresnahan in the backfield. He's going to drop back to pass. Has pressure. He beats one man. Rolling out, and he's going to run. Going to see if he can pick up. Gets to the 45. And he's tripped up, but it's not going to be enough for the 1st down. And so it brings up 4th down and long to see what Broken Arrow does.
Well, big play by Kalmus that time. He comes from his middle linebacker position and rushes to the outside, comes around the backside, and shows great speed and able to run down Jeremy Tolles. Otherwise, it appeared that Tolles had some room ahead of him. He may have, if he makes some moves on some of the defensive players, you can see right here. Watch Kalmus come from behind and just with his speed, but you can't see anybody near Tolles there. It looks like he might have been able to pick that 1st down up.
And so Broken Arrow will kick the football at 4th down and long. Snap goes back to Burke. Little kick as it wobbles, lands at about the 8-yard teen and rolls inside to the 10-yard line, inside to the 10 to the 8. And so Broken Arrow, a lot of success there. They didn't move the football, but they pinned Jenks deep.
Well, they did get we had 1 or 2 1st downs on it, and then they started moving backwards after a little flare pass that was negative yards and a play up the middle. But they did do some positive things offensively, and the big factor, like you said, is the position here. They got great field position to have Jenks backed up close to their goal line.
It is going to be Kalmus in the backfield. Kalmus with 332 yards coming into this game, so he has proven that he has success, but does not have the 1,300-yard type numbers as Fiddler. They pitch the ball to Kalmus to the left side. He's got a big bunch of folks in front of him, and it leads him out close to the 13-yard line, and we'll see where they mark the ball. Could be a pickup of about 4 yards, so that gets Jenks out of the trouble, at least for the time being.
Sort of a little student body left on that one, and Kalmus just follows his blockers ahead. You know, you talk about Fiddler and what great year he had, but really he's only averaging about a half a yard more per carry than Kalmus, so they really don't lose a whole lot with Kalmus in there.
Single back, and it is Kalmus, 2nd down and 5. They turn hand to Kalmus. Big hole as he works his way across the 15, and he may be enough for the 1st down to the 19, as he's going to pick up about 5 on the carry, and a nice big hole on the left side, Steve.
There was a huge hole on that left side, and going behind Mahan and Lohr over on the left side, Calvert at center. And
want to tell you about JJ's Golf Center, open daily 10 to 10, but they've got a big thing coming up on the 15th, 16th, and 17th of November. It is the $1 Million Shootout. It's going to benefit Special Olympics, and you want to go out there and support that. We'll tell you a little bit more about that as we go through the game tonight. The $1 Million Shootout at JJ's Golf Center. 2 splits to the left side, to the right side, and Kalmus. They hand the ball to Kalmus and works his way back at the middle through a nice hole, works his way across the 20 to the 23-yard line. He's going to get about 13 on the carry, and right now we're seeing the Jenks offensive line blow quick and open the big holes.
Well, that's the key here. Can Jenks handle the Broken Arrow defense? Broken Arrow's playing tight. They're up there close. They're going to put 8 men up there and challenge Jenks to run at them. And one of the things we might see, like that time, we did see a little bit of space open up. If they get one of those plays, there's not going to be only but one defensive back to beat. We could see a long touchdown here.
First down and 10. The ball is at the 32-yard line. Butler goes in motion. They hand the ball to the back again. Kalmus getting the workout, and this is kind of what they do with Josh Fiddler. They just give it to him, fiddler, 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 and as you heard what Coach Trimble said before the game, it's going to be Kalmus, 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 and so far that's what we're seeing right now is it is Rocky right and Rocky left.
One of the things that I know that we've seen in the past with Fiddler is he's got good second effort, breaks a lot of tackles, hard to bring down. But, you know, those initial yards, he's got a great line ahead of him that makes the holes and gives them those initial yards, and they're doing that for Kalmus here early on.
Nice pickup, 6, almost 7 on the play, 2 in the backfield now. Double split outs, they're going to turn, and they slip, and Ruby's going to have to hold on to the football. He's going to break it to the outside, and he's going to have enough to probably pick up the first down as a busted play. As a tough break that time, as I believe that might have been Blackwell in the backfield, slipped as he went to take the handoff, and Ruby had to make something out of it, and he picks up 4.
Well, walking around on the field just before the game, the grass is pretty bare out there. It's, you know, there is some wetness. We've had a lot of rain here, and you can see that in the backfield couldn't get your footing off there, and Ruby does a great job of holding on to it and picking up that first down.
And it's interesting as you get a good look at the field. It's the middle of the field where all the wear is that it is the sloppiest. First and 10, the ball at the 44-yard line. Dropping back to pass is going to be Fiddler. Fiddler right over the middle. Nice throw intended for Kalmus. Incomplete. And so Ruby throws the ball and really puts it on the money and just right off the fingertips of Kalmus that came out of the backfield.
Well, that's a good pass. Just look at it over here. It lays it right over the defender, and it looked like Kalmus almost jumped too soon on that one.
And there's a little bit of contact right at the point of the football. The officials allowed to let it go, and tough break that time as Ruby put it on the money pretty much. Second down and 10. Jenks trying to move the ball. 5:13 to play here in the first quarter. Dropping back to pass. They hand it on the delay. It goes right back up the middle. And it's going to cross the 45 to about the 46-yard line, and that'll bring up a 3rd down and 7. Nice play that time again, Rocky Kalmus. Kalmus, a big kid, as we talked about, 6'3", 200-pound junior. Has a lot of body to grab and tackle, but a hard runner. And so far has seen a lot of success as he now has 38 yards on 7 carries. 3rd down and long now. Ball at the 46-yard line. Single back. Ruby fakes it, and he's going to roll back to the right side, toss it out, and he gets it at incomplete. Brad Hawkins intended, and Hawkins just couldn't turn around and hang on to the ball. The ball a little thrown behind him.
Well, Hawkins had to, as soon as he turned around, that ball was there. And you can see he's wearing gloves, though sometimes those gloves can help and sometimes they can hurt. He wasn't able to pull it in that time.
Again, back to punt. It's going to be Zach Tennyson, the freshman. Got a wobbly one off the last time, but no return was on the play. High snap, he catches it, a flag, and he's going to punt the ball. It's partially blocked, lands at the 50 and takes a Jenks bounce, if you would call it a bounce, but we'll have to see. Illegal motion against Jenks, and I have a feeling that Broken Arrow will decline this one, Steve, as they've got great field position at their own 45.
Well, I don't know if they're going to, well, I guess they're going to talk to the Broken Arrow players.
There you get the official. It is declined, and so Broken Arrow will take over. We'll take a break with 4 minutes, 20 seconds to play here in the first quarter. No score with Broken Arrow taking over at their own 45. Stay with us. We'll be back after this. As they hand the ball right off the left side, it goes to Brejnahan, and he found nothing there on the left side. In fact, we'll see if they're going to actually give it no gain on the play. So Brejnahan finding the running tough. And Broken Arrow with a quick break from the huddle as they come right back at the 45. 2nd down and 10. They've got an I formation. Bresnahan and Cantrell in the backfield. They turn, hand the ball. No, they keep it. Tolles gets the pitch out to Bresnahan, has some running room, gets a block outside, crosses the 45-yard line, knocked out of bounds close to the first down. And a great job of Tolles that as he was met quickly from the defensive end to get the pitch out.
Well, you got the first two options. Jenks did a great job of shutting them down, but Jeremy Tolles really alert and sees the defensive end in his face, able to pitch it, and they don't have anybody left right there to take the runner, and Bresnahan picks up some nice yards.
Well, it looks like they're going to actually set the ball at inside the 45-yard, outside the 45, so it'll be a gain of 9 on the play instead of 10. Close to the first down, but still a yard short, but nice high stepping by Bresnahan as he picked up a great block on the outside by Swikowski. And now substitution in for Jenks as we are set with 3rd down and 1. Tolles a quarterback under center. Looks, trying to draw Jenks off sides. Then he's going to go for it, the little quarterback sneak, and it's going to be a nice gain as he's going to get down to the 41, a gain of 5. And we saw that before in the game that we had against Muskogee. They tried to run that play several times. He's not afraid to run the ball.
Well, they'll run that a lot. As a matter of fact, talking to one of the coaches, they ran that a lot last week. If the defense puts their tackles out wide, they're going to just let him just take the snap when he's ready for it.
3:31 to play in the quarter. I formation. They turn, fake it. They're going to keep the option. Tolles has some running room. He's going to get the pitch out to Bresnahan, and Bresnahan makes a great cut back inside to the 10. 5, touchdown. Broken Arrow, and what a great cutback. And just at the last minute, that time we saw a great pitch by Tolles, and Bresnahan finishes off, puts the exclamation point on the end of the sentence.
Well, that's where the strength of this team is, with a great quarterback like Jeremy Tolles that can run the ball, throw the ball. You got to utilize those skills, and now we've seen on this series them running the ball outside and letting him pitch it. 2 pitches, 2 big plays, and Broken Arrow on top in this game.
41-yard touchdown. And with 3:14 to play, Broken Arrow has taken a lead. The snap goes down, up, and Bresnahan puts it in, and it is good. So a nice job, and 7-0 the score as Broken Arrow has taken the quick lead. It was a big hit and a nice run. What I mentioned a few moments ago also about JJ's Golf Center and the big $1 million shootout that they have, want to give them some credit. It's a $1 million shootout, Steve, for the Oklahoma Special Olympics. And if you want to go out, it's going to be November 15th, 16th, and 17th. The preliminary rounds are going to start at 10 o'clock in the morning on Friday, and for $1, you can get 1 shot at a hole-in-one. For $10, you get 12 shots, and for $20, you can take 25. Get it out and watch the cutback here as Bresnahan makes a great move to get toward the end zone.
Well, and the big thing on that play is Bresnahan makes some good cuts to get in there, but Jeremy Tolles waits till the last absolute second to pitch that ball, and that's pretty much the key to having a wide open Bresnahan to get it. Because on that the option, the defender's got to make a choice. Which way is he going to go? To the running back outside, or is he going to take the quarterback out?
And we are set. Nathan Burke to kick off from his 40. Tyler Bogan back deep for Jenks. The kick a little wobbly, end over end, gets a bounce, and is going to take a Broken Arrow bounce and finally works its way into the end zone. I tell you what, Bogan's taking a chance, because if he lets the ball die like it is, it could die at the 1-yard line. And fortunately for Jenks, the ball rolls into the end zone. And I tell you, it's not like we saw last week with the kicker for Union putting it 75 yards from the kick, but kicking into a little bit of a breeze. It comes out to the same spot at the 20-yard line. Well, the Jenks offense has struggled a bit. They moved the ball and then seemed to stall on 2 previous occasions. Let's see what happens. Split outs to the right and left, and it is going to be Kalmus, the lone setback. 3:14 to play in the quarter. They turn, hand the ball to Kalmus. Big hole up the middle, works his way outside, gets a block. It's going to be enough for a first down, a gain of 12. And I tell you what, you literally could have driven a truck through the middle of that line.
Well, it's great blocking up front on that play. And I hate to keep harping on the line, but you know, Josh Fiddler is a great running back, but he wouldn't be that kind of running back unless he had linemen like this creating holes. And Kalmus can do the same thing. He's a great athlete, and you give him a little bit of daylight, and he's just going to put his head down and pick up some good yards.
First down and 10 at the 32-yard line. They turn, they hand the ball again. Kalmus this time met rudely in the backfield. Rene Torres and Steven Torres both in on a hit, and Let's see where they actually set the ball. They're going to give him about a foot on the play, so a nice job that time. Rocky getting some work tonight. Already 9 carries, 51 yards, so he's working and getting his money's worth tonight. But I tell you, that time the Broken Arrow defense, a nice job. Josh Moff, a 5'10", 156-pound junior, you got a good look at there, doing a good job on the end. Second down, a long 9 yards to go. They turn, hand the ball to Kalmus again, right up the gut to the 35-yard line, so he picks up 2, and that's going to be it, as it's going to bring up third down.
The interior of that defensive line for Broken Arrow is doing a great job. The play before, Stephen Torres, number 56, was in the backfield and stopped Kalmus. This time, both of the interior guys, both of the Torres, Rennie and Stephen, are in there to jam it up. And right now, Broken Arrow definitely has the momentum in their favor.
Third down and 7. Kind of an offset I formation. They turn back to pass. It's going to be Ruby. Ruby looks to the outside, and this time intended to Brett Butler, and he overthrows Butler. And nice coverage out there by Maurice Wallace. So a good play, and it's going to bring up fourth down. Got a lot of great things coming up here on TV 47. One of the big things, Bruno the Kid, weekdays at 3:30. A great cartoon. It is the brainchild of Bruce Willis of Die Hard fame, and if you haven't seen it, you need to watch in every Monday through Friday at 3:30. Bruno the Kid. Great family entertainment here on TV 47. A minute 37 to play here in the first quarter. Broken Arrow up by 7. We'll see what happens. Jack Tennyson, his last punt was blocked. Broken Arrow doesn't rush this time, and the tick goes away. A nice one down to Tolles. Tolles works out the left side and has a lot of room as he breaks right back up the middle. Has a cut, is still on his feet to the 35-yard line, and Broken Arrow, Steve, we talked about they came to play. No flags on the play, and we have an injured player out there on the field for Jenks. But a big run that time as Tolles goes straight back up the middle. Nice cutback.
Well, Tolles does a great job getting the ball and making a quick move outside, and he's got a lot of running room, and just the last Jenks defender trips him up, keeps him from getting in that end zone.
I tell you what, but it was a nice job, too, of making that big cut as he came.
See how that affects his defensive play.
I formation, no huddle. They come quickly out, set the offense from the 35. They hand it right up the middle, and it goes off to Cantrell, up the gut to the 35. To about the 24-yard line, so a pickup of 4, that quick hit by Cantrell, and I tell you what, everybody right now clicking on all cylinders for Broken Arrow, picks up 11, first down.
That offensive line really controlled. They had good forward surge, Possumberg, Gillespie, Lomas, and Harriger.
First down and 10 at the 24. They turn, hand it right back up to Cantrell again, and he's inside the 20 to the 19 and picks up 5. And so now Cantrell with 20 yards on 5 carries, and it's a second down and 5 from the 19. And now we talked about that offensive line a few moments ago for Jenks. It's the Broken Arrow line right now that is controlling things as we get a good look at them there. From the huddle, splitting out to the right side is going to be Kevin Tolles as Broken Arrow comes to the line. Split out left in an I formation. Bresnahan and Cantrell. They turn, fake it. Nope, they hand it right back up to Cantrell as it gets down close to the 15-yard line. It should be about a yard short of the first down. But right now, Broken Arrow running that option. You said in your pregame that one of the keys for Broken Arrow was the option. And right now, it is going to be Tolles running it to perfection.
Well, they had him loosened up with the last touchdown by getting the pitch outside. And so you can see that pulled the Jenks defense a little wider. Now they've been just hammering up the middle, and they're just mixing it up real well.
Less than 10 seconds now as we count down to 7. This will be the last play of the first quarter. Tolles under center, 3 seconds, 2 seconds. He takes it, goes right back up. The quarterback sneak will be enough for the first down as he is going to pick up about 2 yards on the play, and that will end the first quarter. And the score 7-0 Broken Arrow, and Broken Arrow on the move as they are inside the 15. Stay with us. We'll be back with the second quarter after this. Coach Rick Jones coming out the field to get a look at him, and he was very upbeat. One of the things we talked about is in reality, Broken Arrow wins tonight. If they win next week, they can actually win the conference, so in the district. So they've got a lot to play for, aside from the fact that Jenks is #1. They drop the football, and Tolles keeps it, and fortunately, he's able to hold on to the ball, and so Broken Arrow doesn't lose it. They lose about 2 on the play, so it'll bring up a second down and long. But most importantly is they keep the football.
Well, and the big thing, too, is, you know, when you're got the momentum going this way and you're doing well, you don't want to make mistakes. And there was a little mistake there, pushed them back. Hopefully it's not a big one to keep them from getting points on this series.
I formation, the ball is at the 16-yard line. They keep the option. Tolles keeps it, and he's going to be sacked, or actually brought down right there at the 15-yard line. He gains one back. One of the things that I think that Tolles has had problems doing is deciding when to pitch the football. Earlier on the big touchdown by Bresnahan, as we have an injured player down there for Broken Arrow, Jay Carriger, 6'4", 270-pound senior. Big kid laying there, and a big anchor as the offensive tackle for Broken Arrow, as he will be attended to, and we'll see what his injury might be. But Tolles with a great job of making the right pitch at the right moment on the touchdown run. That time, he didn't give the ball up, and he only gained one.
Well, you know, with Jeremy Tolles, one thing that's good for him, the great aspect of it, is that he's a great runner, and he wants the ball, and he wants to run it. Okay, the other side of that is if he tries to keep the ball too much and always wants to run it, he's not thinking of, getting the ball to the pitch man quick enough, and if they get the play right and have someone break quick on him from the inside, he's not going to pick up any yards.
You're exactly right. Well, we talked about Bruno the Kid. We got other great family entertainment here on TV 47. Weeknights at 6. You're watching us every Monday through Friday, especially all that great family programming. Saturdays, we've got movies and college football and things. We've got basketball still ahead, so stay with us. Rick Jones and his Broken Arrow Tigers trying to make something happen with 11:09 to play here in the first half. Single back is going to be Bresnahan. They turn, they fake it, and keeping it is Tolles, and he's going to be brought down. What a job that time. Big play by Corey Callens, and the first time we've really been able to call Corey's name. A Division I prospect that time really put the bite on Broken Arrow as they bring him all the way back to the 25-yard line, and that may push them out of field goal range.
And look at the quickness of Callens able to get out there. Normally, any regular defensive lineman probably wouldn't have had the speed to chase him down, but Callens showing his Division I athletic ability.
This will be set at the 31-yard line, so it will be a 41-yard field goal attempt. Center of the field, Bresnahan, the kicker. They set the ball. The kick is up. It's going to be long enough, but is it straight enough? Yes, it is. A great job by Mark Bresnahan, a 41-yard field goal, and just put it right down the middle. Great job as it puts right through the middle, and for a guy that hasn't seen a lot of action of late, gets back in the lineup last week. Nice job of coming back, kicking the field goal.
Well, it's a good job. They're able to put some points on the board out of a great drive that they had. A good job by their defense to give them great field position, and they needed to get those points on the board.
So with 10:19 to play here in the first half of play, Broken Arrow adds to their lead, and they now lead it 10-0 over the Jenks Trojans. And the crowd here at Jenks, which it is a full house, folks, have got to be wondering if we're seeing Muskogee a replay all over again. Broken Arrow hopes not. They would like to maintain the lead and not give it up in the second half.
Well, there's no lead. I don't think it's a comfortable lead with the Jenks offense, the potential they have to score at any moment. And the big thing, though, I think the bottom line is Tim Ruby is going to have to come through throwing the ball, because Broken Arrow doing a great job stopping the run.
0 for 3 passing so far, and he really has not even been close except for the one pass that was dropped by Kalmus. He really has overthrown his intended receivers.
Well, and I'm sure that Broken Arrow is going to just keep coming after him defensively, try to shut the run down and just keep challenging him, throw the ball to beat us.
Set to kick at the 40-yard line. And the ball falls off as Bresnahan is pumped. Did you see him jumping around after he kicked that field goal? He was excited to be back in the game. And it's an interesting setup as we see Broken Arrow set the ball up on the right hash mark, and now they split out, ready to kick off correctly. Want to remind you, tomorrow at 2:30 we got a great lineup for you. It's Gone with the Wind. What a classic. It's going to be actually going to run in 2 parts. We'll tell you about that. The first 3 hours running tomorrow afternoon at 2:30. And the ball falls off again. So with no wind, I'm trying to figure out why the ball is falling off. As we look at the flag at the far end zone, it's not blowing at all. So we'll just see what happens here. He's going to try it again. Could be set up for a onside. We'll just have to see. 10:19 to play. On the right side, Bresnahan comes up, kicks the ball, deep onside kick, It's going to be gone down, picked up at the 20-yard line. Off to the left side with the carry is John Johnston, and he's going to break one tackle. Now he's coming back the other way. Reverses field is going to be picked up, and a flag is thrown. And we'll see where he's going to be brought down at the 32-yard line. And I tell you, we're going to have a discussion on that play as we saw one official throw the flag, the other official waving it off. So I think they may wave this play off. Let's see.
Well, you'd think as much as he's cutting back and forth, you're going to get a clipping call. But right here, you see him go all the way over there and then cut it back the other way, and that's when you get people that are in position to clip.
Here's what they called right there.
Well, that sure looks like a clip to me. It looked like a clip to me, even though he didn't hit him that hard. He bumped him, but enough to keep him from making the tackle.
He altered his course toward the tackle, didn't he?
Well, I guess the official decided, well, it was a clip, but not he didn't hit him hard enough. It was a gentle one.
32-yard line, and I tell you, it makes it tough on us up here calling where the ball is. It's tough to see the yard markers out there. Two split out to the left side. The lone set back. They run the counter, and it's going to be Kalmus as he works up near the 40 to the 39-yard line. And a nice pickup that time. We'll call it 7 as they ran the counter. Had some good blocking right up to the right side.
Counter tray, backside guard, and tackle leading up the hole. They create a nice lane for Kalmus to run through there. And that's a good first down play. You'll be able to step up and run the ball again on second down with the short yardage second down play.
Second down and 4. Again, same formation, two split out to the left side, double tight end. Kalmus the lone setback. They turn, give it to Kalmus. Kalmus looks for running room, found it hard to come by to the left side. So just kind of rolled back to the right, and he's going to be near the first down mark. And again, Jenks doing what they've done today, move the football in spurts, but we haven't seen them sustain a drive.
Well, that time, big hole backside, but number 42, Dustin Fletcher, does a good job of getting back in there and filling that backside, making the tackle, and hopefully for Broken Arrow, keeping Kalmus from picking up that first down.
Well, we will get a measurement on the field as the ball is at about the 43-yard line, and that is enough for the first down. So a nice pickup, and you got to give Kalmus a lot of credit for a guy that hasn't run the ball that much this year, especially at all from the tailback position. He's doing a great job of looking for holes, and he's running to the hole, and if it's not there, he's breaking it off.
Well, he's shown that he can pick up the yards, averaging about 6.2 yards a carry this year.
Right now, he has been the man. 12 carries, 63 yards. They turn, they hand it to him again. Lead blocker's out. He works his way, and it's up. And actually, we have a new carrier that time. It looks like that is going to be Blackwell on the carry. And he worked in across midfield as he works to the 48-yard line.
Well, they're going to have to keep Kalmus on the sidelines a little bit. You know, he's playing the whole time out there on defense, and for him to be effective both ways, they're going to have to give him a little bit of a rest.
Second down and 1, the ball in Broken Arrow territory. Kind of new territory for Jenks so far tonight. Blackwell in the backfield. They turn, hand the ball to Blackwell to the right side. He follows his blocking very well to the 45-yard line, so he will pick up 4. And that will be enough for the first down, and that will move the chains for Jenks. Something they need to do is try to create a drive, Steve.
Well, they're having a good success here running the ball. They haven't had to throw it this time, but sooner or later they're going to have to probably throw the ball, and Ruby's got to become effective with that. You had pointed out that he was 0 for 3 so far today, and it's going to be tough for Jenks to keep pounding away. Broken Arrow showed their defense is able to stop that run.
First down and 10 at the 45-yard line. They turn. It's Kalmus back of the football, works his way outside, breaks one tackle, comes back to the middle, pounds his way for 10 yards, Steve. And I tell you, give the guy a little breather, and he came back in with a fury, and he's close to that first down at the 35.
And that's what he needs. He needs a little breather. It comes back there with a little fresher legs. This time it looked like the linebacker was able to maybe tackle him close to the line of scrimmage, but Kalmus just keeps it bouncing out there. Right there, he breaks away from a shoulder tackle and fights for extra yards, picks up enough to get close to that first down marker.
Well, he's second down in inches. You have to credit him with 9 yards on that carry as he doesn't hit the first down, but he's going to get a chance to pick it back as he runs the ball to the left side. Finds the running tough, but he's going to pick up 3, and that will be enough for the first down, and that will move the chains again. 3 in a row now. As Jenks is starting to move the ball and wear down that Broken Arrow front, it's going to be time for Richardson, Torres, and Moff to pick it up if they want to try to create a stop here. But Jenks very determined here as they are working the ball with 7:37 to play here in the second quarter. Appreciate you joining us tonight for high school football here on 47. 1st and 10, the ball at the 23-yard line. Calmus in the backfield by himself. They pitch it to Rocky. He's going to work his way to the outside. Broken Arrow cuts to the outside quickly. A flag on the play. So they're going to gain about 5, but it may all come back, Steve, as that flag gets thrown from the backside. That usually means holding. And we'll see what the official gives us. The preliminary indication is holding against Jenks. And so if Broken Arrow can't stop them, Jenks that time stopping themselves.
Well, and that's, usually what happens when you get something going, you make a mistake and it could be costly. This one is going to be a big penalty, push them back. It's going to make it tougher to be able to pick up a first down by just running it. They're going to have to pick up, looks like probably about 20 yards here. Looks like it might be first and 18.
Yeah, it's gonna be first and about 18
yards. So it
yards.
makes it a lot tougher to keep running the ball in this situation. And nothing but just a mental mistake puts Jenks back in a hole.
And at the 40-yard line, puts them a lot farther away from that potential field goal. Lone set back is Calmus. Dropping back, a handoff on the delay. Calmus up the middle, works his way to the left side. He's going to be met after a gain of about 4.5. So he works his way back to the 36-yard line, but that's going to be it, and it's going to still bring up 2nd and long.
And they give up, about 6 yards there? Well, if you keep giving up 6 yards, you might just stop them just short of that first down. So Jenks has to come up with a big play here, and they may be forced to put the ball up in the air.
And I tell you what, if you look at the stats, you would be surprised that Jenks has shut out. 80 yards on 15 carries already for Calmus. But unfortunately for Jenks, he's been the only offense really that they've had. 2nd down and long. They turn, give it to Rocky again. This time he works his way only about a yard. As a nice pickup underneath. Dustin Fletcher for Broken Arrow gets in, makes the trip. A pickup of 1, and it brings up 3rd down and 12.
And this does look like it's got to be a passing play, although Jenks has the ability to pick it up on the run. But Rubies are going to have to come through here for him to be able to put some points on the board. It looks like they're probably outside of field goal range. It'd have to be a 50-yarder, and we will probably see Fiddler in there kicking. He was practicing earlier on, talked to the coach, and he said he's ready to roll.
3rd down and 12, the ball at the 35. Dropping back to pass, Ruby looks across the middle, throws out, and the pass is tipped, but then caught. A great job and picked down to the 10, to the 5-yard line, and Brett Stair, a great defensive play by Broken Arrow with a tip drill, but Stair stays with it and makes the catch and works the ball down to the 5-yard line, and here's the pass.
Looks like
right
number 20, Cantrell, may be the man. I think that's 20, Cantrell, and he has the ball. It just goes off his fingertips. No, was it 19? Burke,
I think, tipped the ball. Cantrell was underneath, couldn't make the catch, and Cantrell, or Stair, waited for it, picked it off, and the pass goes for 20 yards, or 30 yards, down to the 5-yard line. 1st and 10 at the 5. They turn, hand the ball to Calmus to the left side. He works his way down to about the 2. So Ruby really with a weak pass, kind of wobbly.
It was not the best pass he could throw, and fortunate for him, the defender couldn't come up with the interception and tips it right to the receiver. So sometimes you have to have a little bit of luck on your side.
Right. The old saying, I'd rather be lucky than good. 2nd down, the ball down about the 3, I think, as it's kind of in the middle. They set back. And Calmus works his way in for the score. Jenks Trojans answers back, and they get a break and score a touchdown, and now they cut the lead 10-6 with the PAT forthcoming, and it will be the return of Josh Fiddler as he will come into the ball game to toe the point after as we look at the replay.
Well, just straight ahead blocking by the line of scrimmage, and they have a good surge, put the defensive tackles, linemen in the end zone. They scored with their man, and that allows Calmus to get in the end zone.
So it will be Fiddler into the ball game. The snap is low, the kick is up, and it is good. So Fiddler into the ball game, comes in, and the score, 4 minutes, 37 seconds to play. And we will take a timeout. And the score 10-7. Broken Arrow, stay with us. More after this. 712 South Memorial, 107th and Memorial, and participate. It's a great cause. The kick is going to go deep as the freshman Zach puts it down. It's going to be picked up at the 15, brought back up the middle, and it will be stopped at the 23-yard line, where Broken Arrow will take over at 1st and 10 as Nathan Burke brings the ball back up the middle. And so now it's going to be important to see how Broken Arrow responds. They go without a huddle to start things off. They have a wishbone set. And so Broken Arrow had a lot of success against Muskogee with the wishbone. Let's see what happens to Jenks and see how they respond. Souls underneath the center, changes the play. Now he's set to go. Takes a snap, they run it, hand the ball to the fullback. No, he keeps it. Tolles has it, works his way up across the 30-yard line, and he's going to pick up about 8 on the play.
I'll tell you, Broken Arrow just looks so explosive with that option that they run, and this time coming out with the wishbone set, it even gives it some added thrust. You got an extra blocker back there. You got the lead back goes first, and then you got a lead blocker coming out in front of the pitch man, allowing you to get more blocking at the point of attack.
They stay in the wishbone. They turn this time. They hand it to the fullback as Cantrell works his way up to about the 34-yard line. Should be a first down, but let's see the call as flags are flying all over the place. Esther gets a good bit of congratulations from the Jenks mascot, Mr. Ogden. O-G-E-N, that's what's on the back of his jersey. 2nd down, and so the penalty will go against Broken Arrow for illegal procedure, and that backs them up. So instead of a 1st and 10, they now have 2nd down and about 6.5. So they've used 2 in a row now, Steve, the wishbone offense, and see if they can mix things up a little bit, and they're going to stay with the wishbone. Tie it into the left, wide out to the right. They turn, fake it to the fullback. They drop back to pass. The ball is tipped, intended for Hooks.
And he wasn't even looking back. Right. It looked like Jeremy Tolles throws it real quick, and Hooks was just running down the sideline. Does look back after it's tipped, but if that ball would have got to him, might have hit him in the head.
It's part of that quadruple option that you have. Instead of that standard triple, you can hand it to the fullback, you can yourself, or you can pitch the ball off. And that time, he kept it. And a timeout's going to be taken by the Jenks Trojans out on the field as they try to regroup and make sure they understand what the triple option's all about. As they go back to the lone setback, they've got 2 split out to the right side and 1 in the slot. Rolling to the right side is Tolles. He's going to throw the ball deep, intended for Burke, and looking down, and no good as Burke falls down. The pass, Burke actually had beaten the defenders to the back, but the pass a bit underthrown and off to the right, and Burke was really not much of a chance as he fell down trying to get to it.
Well, he's in double coverage back there, and it looked like he was trying to break through, although he did lose his balance. I don't know whether he bumped into one of the defenders, but had he kept his balance, he might have been able to get over and get under that ball.
So Nathan Burke will be back after that long run. He's going to have to turn around and tow the ball on the punt. And back to receive the punt, I believe that is Matt McCoy. And now Kalmus is going to drop back, and a timeout's going to be taken by Broken Arrow as I do not see enough players out of the field. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You want to have that 11th player out there because the last thing you want to do is be running down the field shorthanded here in the half. 10-7. Broken Arrow on top by a field goal, a nice one. 41-yard field goal by Brezhnehan, but now it is Burke set to punt the ball away. The ball is going to be going. Low snap. The kick, a nice high kick, and chance to return for Kalmus as he works the ball at the 41-yard line. Brought down immediately, and a great job at a nice play. Matt Cantrell goes right in and makes a great open field tackle.
And Cantrell, not only a great running back, but he's shown he can play some defense and some special teams. Plays with a lot of heart. Not really a big player, but he's a tough one, and I can attest to the bloodlines he has. His father, running back at the University of Tulsa back in the 70s, a great running back, and it looked like his sons carried some of that blood with him.
Here we go, 1st and 10, the 45-yard line. Jenks trails by 3. They turn, they run the counter again. This time a flag is on the play as Calmus is going to work his way across midfield to about the 47, but that's right back in there in that holding area again, Steve. And I tell you, it's tough for Broken Arrow, for Jenks, if they continue to shoot themselves in the foot. There's the signal. Gives us also a good opportunity to mention our officials for tonight's game. Playoffs. Second down now and 20. The ball is at the 35-yard line. They turn, fake the handoff, they throw it right up the middle, and the pass is complete. A great job as the pass goes down to Justin Dixon. And a great play, and Jenks is going to hurry up and go by the offense as the pass goes. Dixon goes down low and picks it up, and the pass goes from the 35-yard line all the way across midfield, so about an 18-yard gain on the pass play. And it is second down and 3. They turn, hand the ball off to Calmus up the middle. He's going to be met and hit at the 45-yard line, and he will cross the 45 to the 44, and that will be it up for the first down. And so a pickup of 4 by Calmus, and so that 20 yards just picked up in a hurry.
2 quick plays, and Jenks running their bread and butter offensive play, that counter trap with the off guard and off tackle pulling up through the hole, and when you got down.
Blackwell now into the ball game for Jenks. They turn, fake the ball to Blackwell. They get the pass off, intended again to Dixon, but overthrown. And so that's after completing a couple of passes in a row, Ruby incompletes one out to Dixon. A high pass, really not much of an opportunity as you see the throw high. Dixon jumped a little soon, but still the pass probably out of his reach.
Well, he's wide open there, and Ruby just has to just toss it to him, not far away from him, just get it to him and let him run with it down the sideline.
Second down and 10. The ball is at the 44-yard line. Lone setback is DeAndre Blackwell. They pitch the ball to Blackwell. He runs into his own man and is going to be brought down. May pick up about a yard or 2 on the stop. Is going to be Rene Torres, 6'1", 245, a junior, as Blackwell ran right over one of his own men.
Well, he did that because the number 44, Ramon Richardson, pushed the offensive guy in the backfield. Him along with, I think, number 36, Randy Bollinger, was also in there, and that was the key to disrupting that play.
Third down and 8. After a pickup of a yard, back to pass. Ruby throws it across the middle and incomplete as the pass right off the hands of the intended receiver, Brett Butler. And so the incomplete pass brings up fourth down, and they are out of field goal range. So I tell you, Steve, with 1:30 to play, they're going to have to, I think, go ahead and kick the football off. As the clock is stopped, the timeout is being taken by Jenks, but I don't know what they're thinking other than just to make sure that they get a good punt, maybe kick it out of bounds, and don't let the running back or the 10-yard line. And Zach Tennyson, the punter. Normally it would be a Josh Fiddler, but now the freshman in and kicks it end over end. The fair catch called for. It's going to bounce, and Jenks is going to be able to stop the ball inside the 5. As not a high punt, but Steve, very productive. And I tell you, it just rolls down to the 5-yard line. And so with 1:20 to play, Broken Arrow has a long way to go to try to get in scoring position.
Well, I think they might just settle for letting the clock run out, although if Jenks could have their way, I'm sure they'd like to get the ball back, but 1:20 left, and I don't know how many timeouts Jenks would have.
I think they've used all 3 of their timeouts, so I think they may be out, so we may see them go to the knee. We'll just have to see. 5 at the 5-yard line. I formation. They're going to keep it right up the middle, and they're not going to down it, but a flag is on the play, and that stops the clock, and that's thrown by the man in the back. Should be probably illegal procedure against Broken Arrow. So we'll see the call. Jenks is applauding, and it is 12 men on the field. And so that will be set Broken Arrow back half the distance to the goal line. And unfortunately it's declined, or actually fortunately for Broken Arrow's decline, the ball will stay at the 5-yard line. And it looks like with 1:18, probably Broken Arrow, as you mentioned, was just run out the clock as they tried that little quarterback keeper right up the middle.
Well, if they can keep from making mistakes, maybe they'll get the clock to start running and keep running, but penalties will stop that clock.
Second down and 9, a gain of 1 by Tolles. He's going to keep it again and go back up the middle. He's going to work his way close to the 10. So Tolles adding to his yardage numbers a little bit now, but the clock is now stopped as Jenks will take the clock. So you asked about the timeouts. Jenks apparently had one left, and they're thinking maybe of getting the ball back as it's now third down, so they think they stop Broken Arrow quickly here. They may have it off. It goes right up the middle to Cantrell. He's not going to be close enough for the first down, so he's going to pick up 4 for Cantrell. That puts him 28 yards on 7 carries, but it will bring up fourth down, so Broken Arrow will have to kick the ball. 50 seconds to play and counting. The clock is running. Broken Arrow will probably let it go down as far as they can, but I don't know, Steve. I think if I was them, I'd go ahead and probably kick it without taking the delay just to see if you can get that extra 5 yards, because Fiddler has a strong leg. He can kick the ball a long way, and you're taking a big chance here by giving up 5 yards. And now a timeout taken by Broken Arrow. So what they did is let it kind of count down to the last minute. They took their timeout. Now they'll kick the ball away.
They tell the official, then let's, when it gets down to 1 or 2 seconds, call that timeout for us.
All righty, one of the other programs, we've been talking about our great lineup here.
If we're not dressed for it.
But you played in Seattle where you played inside anyways.
70 degrees all year round.
Nathan Burke back to kick the ball for Broken Arrow. And he will probably wind up kicking from about his 6-yard line as he steps up. Nice kick. Look at the nice in spiral picked up by Kalmus. Fair catch is called for at the 45-yard line, and a great punt by Burke deep in his own territory. And boy, if you get one off, that's when you need to get it.
Yeah, and he did get a good one off. 23 seconds. There's still at least 3 plays in that, and Jenks puts the ball up in the air. They don't have real far to go to get in Fiddler.
And before the game, we were watching. Fiddler was kicking 47-yard field goals with room to spare. So we'll see how far he can get. First and 10, the ball at the 45-yard line. Dropping back to pass is going to be Ruby. Ruby throws it over the middle, has a man intended. Intercepted by Nathan Burke. A great pickoff. And now Burke's going to work his way back up, looking for blocks as he cuts outside of the 35-yard line. And so Nathan Burke ends the threat. And with 11 seconds to play, Broken Arrow maintains the fact that they will go into halftime with a lead.
And now all they have to do is take the knee, and they will go into halftime once they start this play.
So Ruby really struggling. We talked about his need to throw the football tonight. He only has 2 completions out of 8 attempts. He does have 48 yards, a 30-yarder.
One of the completions is a tip. The defender should have had an interception on the big play to get them down to set up their first score, their only score.
They turn to hand the ball to Cantrell. He works his way across the 45-yard line to the 46-yard line. And he's near the first down. With 2 seconds, they stop the clock. We'll see if they set the play. And that's going to be the end, as the clock did not stop. And so at halftime, we are there, 10-7. The Broken Arrow Tigers lead the Jenks Trojans. Stay with us. Our halftime is next. Is going to be taken at the 25-yard line, right up the middle at about the 37-yard line. The ball will be brought down, and so Broken Arrow will really start off with great field position. It was Cantrell on the carry, and so Broken Arrow will start off at the 36-yard line. 11:56. We are just underway. 10-7. Broken Arrow and Jenks, both teams with a chance to win District Class 6A District 3. No huddle right off the top. It is going to be Jeremy Tolles, the quarterback, under center. Tolles with the I formation behind him, turns and hands the ball right up the middle to Cantrell, who's going to be brought down after, let's call it, a gain of 2 on the play. But I tell you what, Steve, Broken Arrow, they need to try to start things off early, and it's going to be important for them to try to establish some dominance.
Well, they have to continue to mix it up like they did that first half. Run inside, outside, throw the ball once in a while, and probably going to go with a little pitch action here.
Second down and 8 yards to go. They turn, they hand the ball, and that time fortunate that they were able to keep on, as Tolles looked like he wanted to pull the ball out of the Cantrell's belly, and Cantrell wanted to carry it.
Well, that's one of the tough things when you're running the option, is the fullback's supposed to, if he feels like that ball's coming to him, to just latch on to it. And that time, you see, Tolles was trying to pull it away, and he almost pulled it. Well, he was pulling Cantrell back out of there. So It didn't really amount to very many yards, so they're going to come up with a big third down play here.
Third down and about 6. Rolling to the right side. Tolles has a lot of pressure. He's going to run. He's going to have the first down at midfield to 45 and knocked out of bounds as chased away at the 44-yard line. Nice job that time, and that his running, his happy feet, really to his advantage.
Well, and start out the way that he's best rolling out. Good blocking to allow him to get outside the corner. And coverage, pretty good coverage on it, but the big thing that he saw was wide open spaces. He just had to run to the open spot and picks up a big first down.
I formation again at the 45-yard line. Split outs to the right and left. Tolles under center. Jeremy is 6'2", 184-pound senior. Turns. This time he keeps the ball, works his way to the outside. He's got an option, but he is in trouble as he loses 5 yards, and I think a little indecision that time on his part.
Well, the play just took a little bit too long to develop. He rides Cantrell in there and pulls the ball away, but by the time he starts getting outside, there's somebody in his face, and the rest of the Jenks defenders just keep stringing it out, and they're out on the pitch man, so Tolles does not have an option. And just a great job defensively by Jenks to stop that option on that play.
One of the things that's key really in running the option is getting that decision to pitch early or keep the ball. Second down and about 15 now. The ball is at the midfield stripe. Tolles runs around to the right side, has a man, throws downfield, and it is incomplete as the pass was a bit short, intended for Kevin Tolles out on the right side. And nice job, I believe that was Brezhnev, to come back, pick up a block on the out backside to give Tolles at least an opportunity to work his way outside for the pass.
Great job blocking by the interior line, and then Brezhnev allowing him to get outside, like you say. But the bad pass, Tolles tries to get it to his brother out there, Kevin, and way underthrown, and he's lucky that wasn't picked off.
Third down now and 15 yards. Here it is Brezhnev, the lone back. Tolles has trips to the right side now. Tolles has got to have the pitch. It's going to be pitched up and caught by a lineman. And let's see. I don't think that's quite legal, but maybe because it was tipped, it is legal because of the tip.
Yeah, because it was tipped, and so I believe that was 66 Irvin that was in there.
But a loss of 7 on the play. There is a flag on the play, and they're going to discuss whether or not it is, I think probably whether or not the ball was tipped. Let's take another look at the replay as we see. There's the ball.
Well, Kalmus is the one that was in there.
May have tipped it. I couldn't tell if he did tip it or not.
In 67.
And they're saying there's the official giving us the word on the field, and he's saying that it was an illegal forward pass.
Well, Micah Lomas, the offensive guard, trying to kick out on Kalmus, and Kalmus just too speedy upfield, and he couldn't get to him, and that was the beginning of the end on that play.
So that shovel pass will go against Broken Arrow for the illegal pass. They're going to mark off another 5 yards. So the ball, they had the ball at the 50-yard line, and now it is down at the 39-yard line, and that's a loss of down. So it went from bad to worse for Broken Arrow on that play. And so that will bring in Nathan Burke, and he will kick the ball off to Kalmus as it is 4th and a mile and a half, I think. They will snap the ball from the 39-yard line. Burke stands now at his own 26-yard line, set to receive the snap. Good snap, slight pressure, nice kick. As he puts it down, it bounces at the 30-yard line. Kalmus picks it up at the 22, works his way to the outside, and is going to be met as he crosses the 35-yard line. Nice pickup and great job. And we now is going to have a flag against Jenks. We'll tell you about that in a minute. JJ's Golf Center, want to tell you about coming up November. Go out there in the middle of the day when the sun's shining. Well, they're marching off the penalty. Tell us about it.
The penalty is against Jenks. 3 guys are trying to hold up Nathan Burke, the punter, and just a little bit too much extracurricular activity after the ball is blown dead.
1st and 10, the ball is at the 24-yard line. They hand it to Kalmus outside, has some running room, has Nathan Burke to beat as he gets outside, picks up the first down. Oh, man, it was 1st and 25, and it looks like Kalmus is going to pick them all up on the carry as he just broke outside and Burke couldn't catch it.
Well, just as soon as you think you have him moved back and in a bad situation, one of the problems, or one of the potential problems with putting everybody up close to the line of scrimmage trying to stop that run, Because once he breaks through that front wall, you've got one defender left to keep him from scoring, and Nathan Burke does a good job of staying on his feet and knocking him out of bounds.
At the 50-yard line, Calmus again with a carry right up the middle, and he's going to pound his way down to the 45, and he will gain 5 more. And so with 2 quick hits, 25 and 5, that puts Mr. Rocky Calmus at 118 yards on 20 carries. So that's a way to start things off with about 30 yards on your first 2 carries.
And offensively, Jenks has been able to put the yards up this game. They haven't been dominant like they have in other games, but Broken Arrow's bending, but they haven't broken yet, only giving up 1 touchdown, and that touchdown coming on a pass play that was a tip play, should have been an interception. So really their defense is pretty much throwing almost a shutout here.
Well, a timeout taken by Jenks line. They turn and pitch it to Calmus, has some blockers. He's going to be up close to the first down, but a nice stop right at the last minute. Looks like he will be short of the first down by a yard. Dustin Fletcher, 5'9" senior, come flying in right at the last minute to stop Rocky about a foot short of the first down mark. So Calmus will pick up 5, or actually give him 4 on the carry. Brings up 3rd down and about a foot.
Fletcher's made a bunch of big plays today. He's the 2nd leading tackler on the Broken Arrow defense with 62 total on the year.
3rd and 1. The ball's just short of the 40. They give it to Calmus. He's got the first down. Upended on the left side. Nice play by Tolles. But enough for the first down as he picks up 2. And it's 1st and 10. Jenks moves the chains. So 1st down and 10. Nice play by Kevin Tolles, but not before Rocky can get across the 40. The defensive front, Richardson, Torres, and Josh Moth have to pick up the pace now for Broken Arrow to try to make a stop as we get a look at Jenks coach Tremble. 1st and 10, a split out to the left, and it's Calmus. They turn, run the counter back to the right side. He cuts up the middle with a big hole, and he's going to have another first down. And wow, Steve, another nice job by the offensive front.
Well, that's that counter tray, and the thing about that one, Calmus cut it back so tight, he must have had a great block by his onside guard and center. They're going to block down. The off-guard tackle pull out and go up through the hole, lead up through the hole, but you can see Calmus just hit it straight up the middle, real tight against that double team, and great job by that offensive line.
Jenks trying to work their way in for the score. 1st and 10, the ball just outside the 25. Pitch the ball, it's Calmus looking for room to the right side. He's going to get to the 20, battling his way to the 19-yard line inside the red zone, a pickup of 7.
Calmus just hard to bring down. I think the Broken Arrow defensive backs, they might want to look at that ball and try to pull the ball out a little bit more, because you can't get them down with one person tackling them. Right here, number 47 for Broken Arrow meets him in the hole, but you can see that Calmus just has so much strength that just bowls forward. Climbus not able to handle by himself.
Ramon Richardson on the stop, but not before a big pickup. They turn, give it back to Rocky, tries to break outside, gets outside, a flag, and that's going to be a holding. The ball is on the ground. Let's see who comes up with it. The scramble is still being made. Some folks on the far sideline say Broken Arrow has it. We've yet to see official ruling. And now he shows the ball going back to Jenks. So big break for Jenks, because even though there was a flag in the play, would have been holding probably against Jenks, Broken Arrow could have taken it. But unfortunately for Broken Arrow and fortunately for Trojans, the hold is the call.
And what did I say? One of the things you might want to try to knock that ball away. Calmus is just such a strong runner, it's hard to bring him down, but you get him up there, and you might want to take a swap at the ball as you're trying to hold him up and get your other defenders to come in and help tackle him.
So the hold will make the play and non-play, and will back up 10 yards from the spot of the foul. 142 yards on 24 carries already on the night
for
Rocky Calmus. So Josh Fiddler may be one of the best running backs in the state of Oklahoma, but I tell you right now, Broken Arrow isn't happy about his replacement in the fact of Rocky Calmus. Although Broken Arrow does hold a 3-point lead right now, still trying to hold on the Trojans. 1st and 2nd down, I should say, and about 14. In motion's a man for Jenks. They turn, fake the handoff. They go to throw it. Ruby gets it across the middle, and the ball's tipped away at the last minute by Kevin Tolles.
What a play by Kevin Tolles, coming back across the middle from his safety position. And otherwise, it is a touchdown, because there's a Jenks receiver. Looks
right
like
there,
number 80,
99, Justin Dixon.
Justin Dixon's wide open, but Tolles showing great range to be able to come over. They thought they had it right in that zone there, and Tolles does a good job of getting in there and knocking the ball down.
Brings up a 3rd down now and 14. The ball at the 30-yard line. Good look at Kevin Tolles right there. Kevin, a big kid. 3rd and 14. Man goes in motion for Jenks. They're going to roll it out. Ruby's going to look to the right side. A flag is on the play. The pass is up, and another nice job defensively for Broken Arrow. Nathan Burke on the stop as he went up hard to knock the ball away. That will bring up a 4th down if the penalty doesn't go against Broken Arrow. The throw, there's the replay. Look at a nice throw. Watch this hard, aggressive play by Burke. Coming right in at you, and Burke goes up hard. The pass intended for Brett Butler, and a great play by Burke.
And it was a holding call against Jenks, but Broken Arrow's going to decline and make it 4th down here. And doesn't look like it's within, is it?
I think it may be, but I don't see. Yeah, here comes Fiddler right here. They're going to go for the field goal. The ball is being placed at the 30. They're going to set the ball down at about
about the 37.
37, and you and I were standing right there in the middle, and he hit one with room to spare here from the 37-yard line. It'll be a 47-yard field goal attempt for Josh Fiddler. 6:23 to play. The snap goes down, a good hold. The kick is up, but it's not going to be no good. It's going to be no good. Short and to the left. And so a nice job there. I tell you, that bend and don't break, Steve, that you mentioned. As you see a round of applause from the Broken Arrow side across the field. Broken Arrow comes away unscathed, and Jenks is turned away again, and Broken Arrow still holds that 3-point lead with 6:16 to play here in the 3rd quarter, trying to hold on tonight.
Well, Broken Arrow is going to have to put a little bit more together offensively to keep their defense off the field. They can only do that so long. Sooner or later, they're going to break if they keep getting pounded on like they have.
Back to the wishbone. They hand the ball quickly. It goes off to Cantrell to the right side, and he's going to work his way about 10 yards, and he'll pick up a 1st down. Nice quick hit. That time, Tolles didn't have any problem letting go of the football.
No, and there was a wide hole in the middle there to allow Cantrell to pick up that 1st down. Really didn't get hit at all.
Shot at Josh Fiddler on the sidelines. Josh, we talked about his situation. A concussion during the Union game. They turn Tolles, a misdirection, a flag on the play. He's going to get back close to the line of scrimmage. But a lot of confusion there, as I think he thought the play was going one way and everybody else thought it was going the other.
Well, he got both of his tailbacks running off to the right, and he's swinging coming back to the left side.
Holding against Broken Arrow, the flag, and that's another mistake by the Tigers. Going to back them up 10.
And mistakes that they can't afford. Their defense has been playing great, but you've got to give them a little bit of a rest. And if they can't pick up more than 1 1st down on an offensive series, that's not very much time you're allowing your defense to stay off the field. So now they're going to be faced with a big 1st down at about 20. Yeah, and pushing them back here inside, around the 20-yard line. They're not easy yards, but they've got the ability to do it. Jeremy Tolles, great runner, great thrower, and he's been having some success running that option.
Only the one big play to Bresnahan has been the long one. They hand it right up the middle to Cantrell, and he picks back up to 10 and works his way back across the 30 to about the 32-yard line. So ironically, they're in better position than they would have been because Cantrell picks up 11, brings up 2nd down and 9, and before that penalty, they would have had 2nd and 10.
Just a real quick hitter. Looked like it was a trap up the middle, and a nice hole the line created for Cantrell, and he hits that hole so quick that he gets through there, picks up all the penalty +1.
Split out left. Tolles with the option, has it the right side, crosses the 35-yard line, and he's going to be brought down. So a short gain that time as they run the option to the short side of the field. Brings up 3rd down and probably about 5. Tolles with 24 yards now on 12 carries. He's kind of working his way up and down. He picks up 5 and then he'll lose 4. 3rd and 5, the ball at the 36-yard line. Single back now is Bresnahan. They go trips to the left with the man in the slot. They're going to roll out to the left side. Throwing the football, has a man open to Kevin Tolles. Tolles has a man to beat. He's at the 30, at the 20, and it's going to be a touchdown. Broken Arrow. Jeremy Tolles to Kevin Tolles, and just that quick, the big strike as it goes from the 36-yard line for a touchdown, and we get a look at the replay.
Well, the play starts with great blocking by the offensive line, and Cantrell does an excellent job of hooking that end, allowing Kevin Tolles to get outside, and he just throws a perfect pass to his brother, and as Kevin catches the ball, nobody's going to catch him. He shows great speed, and he's had a great game defensively. He's done an excellent job, and now getting in on the act offensively.
Nice play and a big strike at a time that they really needed it, because, Steve, they had really struggled, and there's a good, well pat on the head for Kevin Tolles. And we talked about it, Kevin, a 6'5", 190-pound junior, the younger brother of Jeremy, and Kevin with a great play that time to haul it in, and then he knew what to do with it once he caught the ball.
He's got good speed, and you're not going to catch him if he has a little step on you.
Bresnahan for the point after touchdown. The kick is up, and it's good. And it is now 17-7, as it is now Jenks trailing by 2 scores, a touchdown and a field goal, and what a break for the Broken Arrow Tigers as they made their own benefit.
And one of the things that, if you look back to that Muskogee game, and you see that Jenks is down by 3 touchdowns, but you know what? They had a little bit more speed then. With Fiddler in the game, he shows that he's got a lot more speed than Kalmus does, and he made a couple big plays, scored quickly to get them back into the game. Now, since they don't have the speed in there, they're going to have to take their time, but Ruby has to come through with some passing.
I think a lot of people are going to have to wake up in this morning and find out that Broken Arrow has got a good football team. We've seen them play several times this week, or this year. They've looked good, but whether or not they were good enough to beat this team, we really didn't know. And tonight, they are answering the call, and they are playing giant killer, if you will. You've got the #1 team in the state. Broken Arrow has shown flashes, but they have not really put an entire football game together. Tonight, they're going to have to do it, and with 4:25 to play here in the third quarter, they've got a touchdown and a field goal lead as they're up 17-7 over the top-ranked Jenks Trojans, and they're getting ready to kick it off. Jenks still, though, has moved the ball, and they've got to be scratching their heads.
They've got more total yards, probably. I think they've got more total yards, although that drive there puts Broken Arrow back close on that. But they have moved the ball, but they're going against a defense that's bend, but they don't break.
And you've got to really feel for somebody like Josh Fiddler, too, because he's on the sidelines in uniform, knows he's not going to get in to play in a physical role except to kick. And as a competitor as he is, you know that he's got to be wishing that he could play. So it's going to be tough on him. Bresnahan squibs it right up the front this time. It's going to be picked up at the 10-yard line by Tyler Bogan. Works his way up to the 30-yard line. Has a way to get outside, and he's going to be brought down. A flag on the play, and we're probably going to have a face mask going against Broken Arrow, so you can add to it. A nice pickup that time as the ball comes out to the 35. So Broken Arrow again with a mistake. Jenks, we'll see if they can take advantage of the miscue by Broken Arrow.
Well, Tyler Bogan looks like a little gutter bug out there, 5'9", 165, and he comes up the middle and quickly reverses field, comes to the outside, and Broken Arrow does all they can to keep him contained, and they had to use a little face mask to contain him.
Well, the defense now for Broken Arrow is going to have to pick up the field as we get the official mark off the football.
What a big play there.
And it will go to the 50-yard line. So a 15-yard face mask penalty puts Broken Arrow in a rather precarious position now. Richardson, Torres, and Moff the fronts for Broken Arrow. Double tight end is the offense as Ruby changes the play at the line of scrimmage. Now 6 men at the line. They give the ball. It goes right up to the right side to Blackwell. And a nice pickup as he crosses the 45 down to the 44. So a nice pickup that time. Blackwell just barrels his way on the right side behind some strong blocking. And it brings up 2nd down and 4.
Well, and Kalmus does get a little bit of a breather here, which he much deservedly needs.
Double tight end again with a split out right and left. The lone setback is DeAndre Blackwell. They turn, hand the ball to Blackwell, works his way across the 40 to the 35 to the 34-yard line, and he's going to gain 10 on the play, and it's a 1st down for Jenks as they mull right back up the middle.
Well, he gets in there behind some of his big offensive linemen. J.D. Elliott looked like he had his guy blown back about 10 yards. Also Irvin and Calvert and Lohr and Mahan in there. Look at him just come behind. Look at 73, big old J.D. Elliott just blows his guy back about 10 yards.
Double splits to the left and double tight ends this time. Lone back is Blackwell. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line. Blackwell on the carry. Runs right over one man as he breaks forward for about 5. And on the stop, David Irwin, the cornerback. Also in was Rene Torres, but DeAndre Blackwell has had a couple of 10-yard runs now and a couple of 5-yard runs, so a nice spell for Kalmus, and it brings up 2nd down and 5. Blackwell again, the lone back. Jenks on the move now. The Trojans turn. They hand the ball to Blackwell. Look at the blocking up front as he's going to pick up another 1st down. This game will be about 8 on the play. And Steve, right now, Broken Arrow's got to suck it up because that Jenks front is just firing off the ball.
And they've got momentum going their way. The fans are really getting into it now. But this is in the area where Broken Arrow's been able to cinch it up and tighten it up and haven't given up much yardage down here close.
1st down and 10, the 22-yard line. Ruby under center. Back to Blackwell. Works it to the right side, and now he's going to be stopped, but he still picks up about 4 yards.
They're going to be tougher yards down here. There's less field to work with. Broken Arrow defense can play a little tighter. But I'll tell you, this Jenks offense is fired up, and Blackwell coming off, and he's getting the crowd to get into it also.
Now you see for Broken Arrow, David Irwin trying to get the crowd for his team fired up. Right down the ball inside the red zone. Kalmus, they fake to the left, they come back right, and Kalmus up the middle crosses the 15. And he'll get, it looks like, about 3 on the carry. And it will bring up a 3rd down. So now how big is this for a stop needed by the Broken Arrow team?
Very big, very big. We've got about a minute and a half left in this 3rd quarter. And a lot of time here. Jenks only down by 2 touchdowns. Broken Arrow's got to come up with a big play. It's going to be up to that defensive line. Can they control the line of scrimmage on this play?
2 in the back set, offset eye. They turn, hand the ball to Kalmus. Up the middle, he's going to be stopped in the backfield and not enough for the 1st down.
And you see who comes in there, number 78 for Broken Arrow. That's Rene Torres, one of the Torres brothers. Great penetration and hits Kalmus in the backfield.
And Kalmus fortunate to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now the question, do you go for the field goal or the 1st down? And it looks like Coach Tremble is going for the 1st down to try to get the 7. Offset eye, double tight end situation, even a man in the slot position. They turn, hand the ball to Kalmus. Kalmus has the 1st down and more as he works his way near the 5-yard line down to the 6. And it'll be a pickup of about 7 on the play.
Well, Jenks runs a little bit wider on that time. They were trying to hit up there tight in the middle, and both the Torres brothers have been jamming that up. This time Kalmus cuts it off a little wider going out towards his tackle. A lot more running room out there.
So 1st and goal, the ball at the 6-yard line. 2 tight ends now. Ruby under center. They give the ball to Kalmus to the left side down to the goal line. Touchdown, Jenks Trojans. So they go for it on 4th down. And a nice job to bounce back 1 play later, and from 6 yards out, Jenks able to get in for another touchdown as we get a look at the play by Rocky Kalmus.
Look at the surge by the left side of that offensive line for Jenks, led by Elliott and Irvin, Calvert, Lohr, and Mahan. They're just doing a fine job controlling the line of scrimmage and allows Kalmus to just run in behind them and score. That puts them back in this game, only down by 3 points.
The kick is up, and it is good by Josh Fiddler, and the score with 22 seconds to play in the 3rd quarter. It is the Broken Arrow Trojans still by 3, 17-14. So now we talk about the momentum swings. The big momentum swing by Broke for them to win. They kick the ball down to the 20-yard line. It's going to be picked up and brought right back up the middle. Sikoski with a break as he crosses the 40-yard line out to the 41-yard line. So nice job by Swikowski just to catch it and go straight up the middle, and he crosses the 40-yard line, so Broken Arrow with good field position.
In Broken Arrow, the return team does a great job of getting to their blocks quick. When you hit those, get those high kickoffs, you got to go attack them quicker, and they just did a great job giving them good field position. If you remember last time we did this game with Muskogee and Broken Arrow, the wind was really a big factor. They kicked the ball up in the air. They almost lost a couple of those. So I'm sure they worked on that drill quite a bit in the last 2 weeks.
I formation, they turn, they fake the ball and roll out to the right side. They throw it down to Kevin Tolles, another intended, and just out in front of him as Jeremy throws the ball too far for Kevin to make a dive. Nice attempt by Kevin, but I think Broken Arrow may have found a little wrinkle in the Jenks defense that they think they can exploit.
Well,
last time Kevin goes for big gains. This time, if the pass is a little bit more on target, Kevin's going to make a big one here.
Well, Jeremy Tolles gets outside again on the little rollout. Good block and allow him to get out there. He has time, but just overthrows his brother out on the sideline.
Turn, hand the ball. It goes off to Cantrell to the right side, and he's going to be stopped after about a gain of 1. And that should end the third quarter. And after 3 quarters of play, it's a 3-point game. 17-14. The Broken Arrow Tigers are on top of the Jenks Trojans. Stay with us. Back to Hunter Dwelly Stadium after this. You're watching high school football on TV 47. We promised a good one, and I think it's turning out probably better competitively than probably what a lot of people expected. Broken Arrow really playing an outstanding football game. They've shot themselves in the foot, though, a couple times here in the second half. We'll see if they can pick themselves up with it as they have the ball third down and a long 8 yards to go as the ball is at the 44-yard line. Lone setback is Mark Bresnahan. They've got 3 out to the right side. They're going to roll to the right. Bresnahan picks up a man. They throw it down the middle. The pass intended for Kevin, and it is incomplete. And again, Steve throwing into double coverage.
Well, Jeremy knows his brother's got speed, but that time the defenders stayed deep. They didn't let him get behind them. And, trying to go for a home run, all they need is 8 yards. And Jeremy really didn't look like he was trying to get outside. They had some good containment. He had to sit back in the pocket. Otherwise, he gets outside, has an option to run it, and they might have picked up the first down.
So with Broken Arrow starting at their own 40-yard line, or 41, they only pick up about 1.5 yards. And they'll have to punt the ball away. Low snap. The kick from Burke is a little slow liner. It's going to take a Broken Arrow roll. It's going to be picked up by Kalmus. Works his way up the middle, and he's going to pick up about 5 down to the 28-yard line, and that's where Jenks will start with 11 minutes, 44 seconds to play in the game. Jenks now trying to drive to tie or take the lead here in the fourth quarter. Big game for both of these guys, though. Jenks in the driver's seat, obviously, of Class 6A District 3. A win would virtually assure them of walking into the playoffs. They do have a game next week against Memorial, a game that they should win, and they could finish the season at 10-0. Broken Arrow trying to win the district themselves. If they can win tonight, they have a shot at that next week at Union. 1st and 10, the lone setback is Kalmus. They give the ball to Rocky. Big hole to the middle, and he works his way to close to the 40-yard line, spins free, and he's going to gain about 13 on the carry down to the 41-yard line. Nice job of getting through the hole and doing something with the ball once he gets into the secondary.
And Rocky just showing great balance as he comes in, tries to run over some of the Jenks defensive backs, gets through the hole. He's able to keep his balance, spin off, and get outside.
171 yards on 29 carries. He has just been a workhorse, and now DeAndre Blackwell comes in to spell Rocky. 1st and 10 at the 41. They turn, give the ball to Blackwell. He's going to be met at the line of scrimmage, and a nice job. Big trip up is going in and making the hit. It's going to be Dustin Fletcher. So a gain of 1.5. Make it almost 2, makes up 2nd down and 8.
Broken Arrow just has to come up with 2 more big plays here and have Jenks to turn around and punt it.
Lone setback. Blackwell is very deep. They turn, hand the ball to Blackwell, and he's going to get across the 45 to the 46-yard line. So a nice pickup by Blackwell. So now DeAndre has 53 yards on 10 carries, so he's not had a bad night himself, averaging over 5 yards a pick. 3rd down and 5 now as the ball is outside the 46-yard line, but a big down now for both Jenks and Broken Arrow.
And we've seen Broken Arrow be real effective shut down the run when they get some penetration defensively. So look for some of those linemen to get penetration on this play.
3rd down and 5. Brown, DeAndre Blackwell in the background. And now Ruby is going to change the play. No, now he's going to call timeout. So he didn't like what he saw, so he picks up and calls a timeout. Some of the family go down there and see the folks. And Rhonda Green, the instructor, will give you some good lessons. 3rd down and 5. Kalmus straight up the middle, and he is going to be close to the 1st down. Let's see where they plant it, at the 50, so that means he will be short of the 1st down. Rocky gets 4. Now what do? They wind the clock. They say keep moving the ball. And the Jenks is going to have to decide, and I think they're going to go for it.
It would be a bold move. You still got 9+ minutes to go in this game, but their line of scrimmage, the offensive line has been able to control this line of scrimmage, and that's what they're counting on here.
3 in the backfield. They turn, hand the ball. 1st down by Rocky Kalmus. Let's see. No, they're going to, I see one man spotting the ball about the 50-yard line. Let's see where the far person is. It's no, out at the 50-yard line. That's not it for a 1st down, and Broken Arrow looks like may have stopped the Jenks Trojans, and I don't think he's got it. No, 1st down, Broken Arrow. What a big defensive play, Steve, for the Tigers.
Well, I'm looking for who that was that come from the outside for the Broken Arrow defense. One of the, I think it was 36.
Here's the replay right here.
Randy Bollinger, look for 36 right there. Is that 36? Yeah, Randy Bollinger comes in from the outside, able to get Kalmus in the backfield.
Well, they must have actually turned him and a little bit twisted him, because where he was laying, looked like he was laying across the 50, but the far side official came right in and made the plan of the football, and he didn't gain a yard. So Kalmus doesn't pick it up, and Broken Arrow, let's see what they do. In the wishbone at midfield. 9:29 to play. They give it to Hooks. Hooks to the right, left side. He's going to pick up 5, make it 6, almost 7 as he barrels his way forward. And so you give the new guy in the ball game, Ricky Hooks, one of the mainstays of Broken Arrow all year, not getting to play a lot tonight because Bresnahan is in. The big pickup for Hooks.
Well, Hooks has been in there a little bit. He just hasn't got the ball hardly at all. We've seen it go mostly to Cantrell or Bresnahan. But that time, Hooks shows who's the quick back, the fast one. He shows a lot of power and strength to bull ahead for about 7 yards.
2nd down and 3. They turn this time. They give it right up the middle to Cantrell. And he's going to be close to the 40, across the 40 to the 39. So a pickup of 4 and a 1st and 10 for the Broken Arrow Tigers.
Well, Broken Arrow is in a great position here. They got their offense, gets the ball at midfield, and they're just going to try to control the line of scrimmage, try to eat up the clock, and hopefully they can get down and put some points on the board. They need to get a touchdown up because a field goal would still keep them within a touchdown for Jenks to overtake them. So that offense has got to be pumped up. They can see right now they've got the district championship possibilities here if they can control this ball and put some points on the board.
And so a timeout is going to be taken by Broken Arrow. The ball is at the 39-yard line. We'll take a timeout as well with 8 minutes and 25 seconds to play here in the fourth quarter. It looks like it'll be about 3, and it'll bring up 2nd down and 7, and the clock moves on close to 8 minutes now. So Broken Arrow, you see the line. They just have to control the ball.
They have to control it and pick up some more 1st downs because they're still outside of field goal range, and a field goal really doesn't put this game away for them. It still allows Jenks to be within a touchdown to win it.
For Wishbone, they give it right up to Cantrell, and Cantrell to the 20 or to the 30-yard line, excuse me, and close to the 29. And I think he is down to the 28, and that will be enough for the 1st down, as that will be a pickup of 7 yards on the play.
Matt Cantrell
just
showing
down.
Great strength and forward lean, and you give the ball to him and he's not going to lose yards for you. He's either going to get stopped or he's going to get positive yards, but you don't see him push back too often.
And he has really been the workhorse tonight. 74 yards on 13 carries for Matt Cantrell. The Wishbone has been their offensive choice here in the second half. Tolles turns, gives the ball to Cantrell up the middle, and he's going to be stopped pretty quick that time as he gets 1 or 2. down close to the 21-yard line.
Looked like he might have even slipped a little bit there. Looks like he was trying to jump around one of the defensive linemen who was being blocked, and he slips down. It didn't seem like anybody was holding him as he goes down to the ground.
Give him 2 yards on the play, and so it'll be 2nd down and 8. 7 minutes now to play in the ball game. It's a 3-point game, 17-14. Broken Arrow. They give it to Cantrell again, up the middle, and he crosses the 35, or excuse me, the 25, down to the 24, and it'll bring up a 3rd down and long.
You know, in this situation, Broken Arrow can look at it as they've got 4 downs, because a field goal really doesn't do a whole lot except keep, you know, Jenks from tying it with a field goal. But in here, I'd say, you know, you keep that ball on the ground, you run some fairly conservative plays. Maybe they need to pitch it, but you pretty much got 2 more downs to pick up the 1st down.
They are back in the wishbone. Tolles has not run the option. They've given it every time here in this drive to Cantrell. Tolles is changing the line of the play, and now it's going to be a delay of game, and what a mistake for Broken Arrow. What a mistake. Delay of game, and that's really hurting you, because instead of 3rd down and 6, or 3rd down and 5, you now have 3rd down and 10.
Just a mental mistake. Jeremy Tolles got to know how much time he has out there. Even though you don't have clocks out there, you got to realize how much time you have, and he was nowhere near getting the ball snapped.
3rd down and 10. The ball back to the 28-yard line. Again, takes it and runs the option to the short side of the field, and he's going to be brought down after about a gain of 1. So mistake again, but now 25 yards for Tolles, and the ball is at the 26-yard line. Let's see what they decide to do. I think what you were saying before is you do have to go ahead and try to pick up the 1st down. Maybe you throw the ball.
It makes it a lot tougher here. When I was talking about that, it was 3rd and about 7. You figure you can pick up 3, and then you know 3 or 4, and then you go another 3 or 4. But this is if you're out of, I don't know if you can get the field goal here.
They're going to try it, and they're going to set the ball down. Bresnahan has a good leg. This will be a 43-yard field goal. The snap. Oh, that's a bad snap. With the football, they still have an option with it, and it's going to be brought down by the 37-yard line. And man, you talk about a turn. You talk about a turn of events. They're going for the field goal, the bad snap, and the sack. And now Broken Arrow not only gives up the ball with no points, but with 5:17 to play in the ball game, Jenks with good field position just outside the 35-yard line.
Well, I'd hate to see this game come down to a couple mistakes made by your offense.
In overtimes, winning that triple overtime game just a few weeks ago at Muskogee. 5:17 to play. The lone setback is Kalmus. Split out to the left and right. Ruby, the quarterback, pitches to Kalmus to the outside, and he's going to be met, and he's going to be brought down for no gain. A great job of Kalmus to get back to the line of scrimmage, but Broken Arrow strung it out, and they were rating.
Well, the whole Broken Arrow defense had good penetration. I know number 56 looks like he's out there. You can see 56 in the middle. Torres complaining, and it looked like he was being held by the offensive lineman, but good penetration, and when Broken Arrow's been able to make some penetration, they've been able to cause a lot of problems for that Jenks offense. 2
straight plays in a row now. Kalmus has been held to no gain. They turn, fake the ball. Ruby's going to have it. He's throwing it. He has a man open. The pass is down and caught. No, incomplete. As the pass to DeAndre Blackwell had it in his hands and just couldn't hold it as he landed on the ground. And I tell you right now, not only was Blackwell open, but also John Johnston was open going down the middle. So really, Ruby had a couple options. You see the replay, just couldn't control the ball.
And Ruby did what he needed to do. He got the ball on the money, so he shows that he still, you know, I mean, he did his part. It just DeAndre could not pull it in.
Ruby has really had some problems throwing the ball tonight. Ruby now back to pass again as he throws the ball, and incomplete that time. And it's 4th down and 10, and I think Jenks is going to have to kick the ball right now.
Yeah, you still got a lot of time left in the way the defense has been playing. You've got to give them a chance to get the ball back for you. But if they were not to make it, they try it here and not make it, you got 10 yards to go. It's a wise decision to go ahead and punt the ball.
Zach Tennyson will be back to kick the ball away, and he has had some trouble. In fact, had a punt blocked earlier in the game, but it looks like Broken Arrow will set up the return. The kick, this one is a nice kick, goes down to Kevin Tolles, who picks it up at his own 30-yard line. A flag is on the play, and Tolles gets out to the 35-yard line. We'll see what the flag is. A holding against Jenks. And now that's a surprise.
Well, yeah, it is a surprise. What are you holding the return guys for?
So big break there for Broken Arrow. So it's kind of an interesting turn of events. Broken Arrow commits kind of a foul to hurt themselves the previous time, and now they get a break as Jenks commits the holding. And I think probably the option will be to take the penalty. I guess it happened after the kick, so you march off the 15 yards, and so
for Broken Arrow.
Broken Arrow actually a 10-yard penalty, so Broken Arrow will take over at the 45-yard line. Coach Trimble not happy with the turn of events as 4:17 to play. His Jenks Trojans trail by 3 as he gets an explanation on the sidelines. Jenks now really at their biggest and darkest moment of the year as they are trailing without the football with just over 4 minutes to play. I formation. They give the ball right up the middle, and it goes off to the 46-yard line to Cantrell and actually picks up 1. So Cantrell now with 80 yards on 16 carries.
Great job by Scott Reed, number 45 middle linebacker, able to collar Cantrell. Otherwise, Cantrell would have picked up a hefty gain on that one. Everybody else was pretty much blocked. He was the only lone Jenks defender in there able to make the tackle.
Broken Arrow has seemingly gone very conservative, as you would expect, as we're now to 3:43 to play. They turn, hand the ball to Bresnahan to the left side as he is tripped up. A nice play that time by Andrew Wisney as he picks up 3.
Well, Jenks is showing good quickness defensively. You look at the hole there, the blockers come through. It looked like he had a big hole, but they closed it real quick. Bresnahan not able to hit the hole fast enough and get behind his blockers, but it looked like they did create a hole there for a second.
3rd down, 7 yards to go. The ball is at the 49-yard line. I formation. Drop back, they're going to roll to the right side. Tolles is going to have to man. He's looking to get, and can't throw the ball, and he's going to lose yardage back to the 42-yard line. And it looked like he had Swikoski open on a little curl pattern across midfield, would have been there for the 1st down, but Tolles couldn't get the ball away, and that will bring up a 4th down. Let's get a look at the replay.
Jenks defense just turns up the heat here. Look at the quickness of Corey Callan's first after him. Then looks like Kalmus is the one that makes the play. But they sure turned the heat up there in that series, showing some really good quickness defensively. And the defense is really what's got them where they are this year, dominating a lot of games. But today, Broken Arrow has had success running the ball and throwing the ball, and now Jenks defense does tighten it up here.
Well, Broken Arrow was letting the clock run down, and so now they have taken the timeout instead of opting to take the penalty, so we'll do the same with 2:22 to play. Timeout on the field, 17-14. The Broken Arrow Tigers lead the Jenks Trojans by 3. Stay with us. The conclusion is coming up. Ball game. Rocky Kalmus is back deep. He's standing at his own 25-yard line for Jenks. Nathan Burke standing now at his 30, set to punt the football away for the Tigers. Now if you're Jenks, no clips. You don't want any penalties to drive the ball back farther. Good snap. The rush is on. The kick is up a little wobbly, but it works. And it takes a Broken Arrow bounce, picked up by Klimas, and he works his way out. And Rocky Kalmus works his way out to the 26-yard line where he will be brought out of bounds, and the Trojans will take over. And they've got quite a ways to go, Steve.
They do, but they've shown that they can do it. And Rocky Kalmus right there, number 20, will be the key factor in here. They've been going to him time after time, and he has, close to 200 yards,
175 yards on 32 carries. Calmus is the lone setback. Split outs, double left, one to the right. Back to pass. Ruby's going to look. It has plenty of time. Throws downfield, and it is complete to the outside. And I believe that was Brett Stair on the reception. It'll be a pickup of 12. And more importantly, for Stair with that 12-yard pass, we see the replay. He gets out of bounds to stop the clock.
Well, great throw by Ruby, and that's going to be the key here. Can he do it? Can he move this team down? Now, they've got a great kicker in Fiddler. They get him close, and he's got a chance to put that 3 up there.
Ruby back to throw again and gets the pass out, and it is overthrown and almost intercepted out there by Bresnahan with a nice dive and attempt. Couldn't get there.
Well, they did put the heat on, but the offensive line picked up that blitz. Ruby just hurries it a little bit. Receiver is open, overthrows him almost. A big play for Broken Arrow there.
Second down, 2 minutes even to play in the ball game. Jenks trying to make it happen. They're trailing by 3. They hand the ball to, and the ball is on the ground. Calmus picks it up, still has it on his feet. He reverses his field and is still running. Works his way back to the 30-yard line.
Can't anybody tackle him.
It's amazing, but what a play for Broken Arrow, as it's going to be a loss of 10 as the clock continues to run with 1:40 to play.
And a nice bounce for Jenks. Calmus able to get back to the ball and pick it up and pick up some extra yards. He could have been tackled about 5 or so yards further back there, but the ball did bounce to them. Great penetration by the Broken Arrow defense.
And it's Moff going after him, staying with him, and he really actually did trip Calmus up a little bit and then gave his teammates time to come back and make the stop.
Yeah, but it started with number 36, Randy Bollinger.
Yes.
Another great job. He's the one that stopped Calmus at midfield earlier on when they were going for the 4th and 1. But the key for Broken Arrow has been penetration. When they can get penetration in there, they've been able to just wreak havoc with that Jenks offense.
1:36 to play.
And another reason for that is that, you know, the way that Jenks sets up, they put their tailback way back there.
Back. He's
and
real
they just want him to get a chance to look at where the hole's at. But when you get penetration, you see white jerseys in front of you. It makes it a lot tougher to find something.
Trips out to the left. It's Calmus behind. Back to pass is Ruby. Has plenty of time, but then he's going to be hit in the backfield and sacked. And another loss. And what a time. That time you give that as a secondary sack, because Ruby had a lot of time.
He sure did.
Dustin Fletcher, number 42, a 5'9" senior, 180 pounds, comes from the backside and makes the stop. 1:15. Jenks is going to have to go for it on 4th down now. Back to pass Ruby. He's got to pick up a bunch. Throws the ball short. It's going to be picked incomplete. He's got to the 5. He's got to get a first down, but he's going to be short of the first down. Oh, man. The pass complete out there to Brett Butler, and he's going to be about a yard short of the first down, Steve. And how
dramatic
close could you get for that? Oh, baby.
What a great pass by Ruby, and Butler just does an unbelievable job coming out. He picked up a great block by one of his receivers on the far side, almost allowed him to pick it up. But
and Steve,
what an ending to a great ball game. Of course, it's not over yet. We've got a minute left.
Let's take a look at the replay. As the pass is short, but Butler does a great job of getting the ball, and then watch him run.
Watch this block right here, outside
nice
receiver.
And now
That's
he's 1 yard short.
Number 85, Brett Stair, does a great job to allow him to almost pick it up.
Well, it is going to be a kneel down time with 1:01, and they kneel down. And now the clock is running, and the number 1 team in the state, Steve, is going to go down in defeat here at their own home turf. And what a shock.
What a game it's going to be next week at Union, or is it at Broken Arrow?
It's at Broken Arrow, Union and Broken Arrow, and that will be for a share of the district crown. So Broken Arrow, a lot of folks in reality, a week ago, that game against Owasso, people were saying the losers out of the playoffs. Well, they were actually even thinking that if Broken Arrow had lost. But Broken Arrow's come back to prove everybody after the big win last week against Owasso. They come back and put it on Jenks. This ends their regular season winning streak, Jenks, at 29 games. They were going for 30 tonight. They're going to come up a game short of that at 29. And, you know, the irony about this is so positive in one respect for Broken Arrow, but it could be in some respects good for Jenks too. If you're going to lose a game, you want to lose it before the playoffs, and this may inspire them. And with 22 seconds, no timeouts, they're walking out of the field, and Coach Trimble will go over and congratulate Coach Jones. So that is the ball game. You get a shot. Coach Trimble heading over to give congratulations to Coach Rick Jones. And Coach Jones and his Broken Arrow Tigers have upset the #1 team in the state, the Jenks Trojans, before a packed house here at Hunter Dwelly Stadium. What a night for football, Steve August.
Great game, great game. Just we couldn't ask for anything better than that. And Rick Jones, my hat's off to you. Did a great job with this team tonight.
We'll take a timeout and come back with our Whataburger What a Play of the game after this. Broken Arrow 17, Jenks 14. It's a final. Be back in a minute. Here it is, Steve August. Tolles to Tolles. Jeremy to Kevin. 64 yards, the touchdown. It was the game-winning touchdown, and an amazing job by the Toll brothers.
Well, Jeremy Tolles, first of all, showing his ability to roll out of the pocket and get the ball up in the air, and his brother's wide open, perfect toss. And once his brother catches the ball, Kevin has got the speed to put it in the end zone.
Kevin Tolles, our Whataburger What a Play of the game. Big win. Broken Arrow wins it, upsets the #1 team in the state. Jenks by a score of 17-14. Want to thank our sponsors for bringing you this game tonight, helping put it on the air. Whataburger, what you waiting for? Open 24 hours. Whataburger. By your high school football here on TV 47.